Okay, hello. Here is It's a Sin to Tell a Lie. There's a lot of really good versions of this. It's been around maybe since the 20s, certainly the 30s. Um, I usually play it in B flat, but this version here on this video will be E flat. And it's great to learn a song in more than one key. And if you choose just one other key to learn it in, a fourth away is a great what happens is it generally forces you to play chord shapes that you wouldn't necessarily have arrived at. Um, so it makes your brain think and tell your fingers what to do instead of your fingers being comfortable and just your brain somewhere else. So if we do It's a Sin to Tell a Lie in E flat, um, I'll play it one time through, just very as basic as I can, and I won't do any moves or anything. I may not have the best voice leading because I'm not really familiar with the song in E flat, so it's good practice for everybody here. But then I will point out a couple of moves you could do on particular chords or little sections, and that way you can use that move in other songs. It's very good to know the song in the first place and not know it just by route somehow. It's good to understand how the song goes, be able to play it any way you like, and take away these moves to use in other things. That's my pitch. So let's start here. It's also good to think of a song before you play it, like, does this song have a chorus, or is there something unusual going to happen in this song, a place where it's going to stop or change keys or something? You might consider that before you start. In yoga they say, set your intention, just kind of map it out in your mind for just a moment. This song has two halves. It doesn't have a chorus in the middle. It probably has what they called a verse in the old days. It's almost like a separate song that goes in front and sets the tune up. But I don't know that, and I'll have to go comb through my records and see if I can find a version of that. Let's get to work here. E flat major. I'm going to use this E flat to start with. And as I said, at first I'll play it, and then First I'll play it, then I'll play it once through where I say the names of the chords, and then I'll stop and show a couple moves, and then maybe a couple of variations on how you might go about this. Probably a million different ways, but we'll get two of them anyway. So E flat, fifth is in the bass. This is the root here if you're looking for how to find the root. But I like to play the fifth. It's a little warmer, fuller sounding. First change is to D7. Here we go. Have been broken just because these words were spoken. So that's the basic progression. So first I'm going to do that again. It might be a little different, but it'll be basically the same. And I'll say the names of the chords if that's at all helpful. I won't list what's in the bass or anything. Oh no, I will if I can. It might become a mouthful. Here we go. Same thing basically. Sin to Tell a Lie, E flat. First chord change is E flat to D7. Fifth in the bass. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. D7, E flat, G7, A flat major, C7, F minor, B flat 7. Basically this is a D7, E flat major, F7, A flat minor. I have the third in the bass. There's the root, and you could grab it down here if you preferred. But here's A flat minor, B flat 7. Second half starts the same. 2, 3, 4. Why not? It's a G7, an A flat, same kind of voicing as we did with that E flat. And if you don't like this shape, if it's uncomfortable, it's not always the best shape for rhythm. But I'll finish the thought. A flat, C7, F minor. So let me back up to the second half, the beginning of the second half, and do it a slightly different way. Second half. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you. And then dun, da, 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 da. That's true. A flat major. So one more time, sorry, because I didn't say the names of the chords. The second half of the song. 2, 3, 4. E flat, D7, E flat, E flat, G7, A flat, C7, F minor. This is just climbing up through F minor. You can just play F minor. A flat, be sure it's true, or be sure you know, I forget. A flat minor, E flat major, C7, F7, B flat 7, E flat. I'm going to take a pass and just kind of loosen up and not worry about what I play. 1, 2, 3. A little overkill. Not terrific. I probably would have to play it a few times. Okay, but let's quickly get a couple of moves, and then when this video is finished and you start to experiment, you can try to implement some of these moves. At the beginning of the song, E flat, D7, back to E flat, and now it's going to sit on this E flat for 3 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4 before the change. So that's a prime place to put some moves in. The first moves that come to mind are the root to the major 7 to the major 6 or the 5th. Some variation. Let me give you an example. So here it is. This is E flat major 7. Here's rock and roll E flat. The swing version of this is played like this. Nothing's going on the A string. That's muted by the belly of this middle finger. This is the 5th. Kind of gives it a warm tone, just as it does when you play it like this. This is the 3rd. And we're playing a major chord, by the way, so if you wanted this to be minor, which you don't at the moment, but just in the future, just flat the 3rd on any of these shapes and you have the minor version of it. Okay? Put it back for now. Okay, so, and this is our root, living here, pinky finger on the G string, and 1 fret below the root is what you call a major 7. So that's why this shape can be called a number of things. You could call this, you could think of this as a B flat chord and call this B flat major 6. Or you can think of it as an E flat chord and call it E flat major 7. you can think of it as a G minor with the third and the bass, and same fingering. So you'll anytime, however many parts there are in a chord, it could have that many functions and that many different names. That was too much wit. You really didn't need to go there. So here's E flat, and things I like to do is to move the major to the regular vanilla root to the major 7 and the major 6 and even the 5th. So here we go. This is a good drill. 1, 2, and if you feel like it, this is E flat major with third in the bass. There's a 5th on top that you hear pretty clear. So when you're doing okay, fooling around, sorry. Good move. So back to the regrouping here, right? Okay, E flat, beginning of song, E flat, D7, back to E flat major 7, E flat major. Shift, right? It's like driving a standard car where you step on the clutch, change gears. So there's G7 with the third in the bass. That's the change is going to be from E flat. That's what we're going to aim for now. So E flat, G7, great, nothing wrong with that. But you could also go. So that's putting the third in the bass, and you don't need the 7th necessarily. Just just the third in the bass, the root, and this 5th. It's going by fast, and it gets the job done. The next chord is an A flat major. Push the whole thing up, 1 fret, A flat major. So right here we have E flat, G7 with the third in the bass, A flat with the third in the bass, C7. You can play it this way if you want, or this way if you want. It's just got to be a C7. F minor. F minor, C7, F minor with the third in the bass, or F minor, C7, F minor, or just hang loose on F minor. F minor 7, F minor 7. These are B flat's our next change. Let's go to the top of the song again, up to that point, right? Here we go. E flat, D7, E flat. Little moves. G7, or G7, G7, why not? A flat, C7, F minor, F minor 7, B flat. And there's 2 measures of B flat, so if we're getting crazy, why not go? This move happens a lot, so here's a good drill. B flat is a dominant chord. It's the 5 in this song, but this works anytime there's a dominant chord. So this relationship of 2 and 5. This happens to be 2-5 in this song, but it could be anywhere in other songs, and it'd be too much to reorganize your brain like that. So you just call it, these guys get along. They come as a pair, so they come as a set. So B flat 7 and F minor 7. And another way to go is, so I'm just adding, I'm going B flat, F minor, a B flat 9, which still has the B flat 7's value, dominant value. I can put an F, I can play this. This is F minor 7 now, just 1 note difference. That's the flat 7, flat 3rd, 5, root. So we'll do it this way. B flat, F minor 7, B flat 9, B flat 7, D7. Now, when you play them like this, you don't have enough information to say it's absolutely a 7. It could be a diminished, it could be a lot of things, minor sixes, it could be a lot of things. So, if you think about, if you see a physical shape that you're familiar with that looks like a diminished, why not see if it works like diminished? Lo and behold, it doesn't seem to offend anyone. Even though I was calling it D7 before, when I get up here, it could still be thought of as D7, although you might say D7 flat 9, same story. It gets more involved, but it doesn't need to be. As a physical shape, you just go for broke. And then E flat again. Or I'll use this because it's sort of from the same school. Sorry. Or. So, top of the song to this point again. E flat, 2, 3, 4, D7, E flat, G7, G7, A flat, C7, F minor, B flat, F minor 7, B flat, D7, slide it, E flat, F7. When you have this kind of 7th chord, that's the way you do the 2-5. Right? And now the A flat minor with the 3rd in the bass. Why not, if we're being crazy, let's cover everything. Put the root in the bass, and then slide it back up to the 5th. All that part should kind of sound like this. Millions of hearts have been once I get to that B flat 7, I can start 2-5 and B flat 7, F minor 7, B flat 9, one note away from being on the root of the E flat. So this is a nice way to start your song, like F minor, B flat, go. Watch two. This is like an intro, for instance. Very short intro, but right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Last time we went, but you want to go, then E flat with the 3rd in the bass. That's this is cool. This is nice because it's very close. Good voice leading, right? Minimal amount of movement, economical. But why not? You know. That's, although it looks the same, it's completely functioning in something else. This is F7 to A flat minor 6. Then F minor, B flat 7. So sometimes I get a little deep, and then I try to just make the end just basic. But all those chords, 7th chords, can be treated the same way you treated any other 7th chord, 2 and 5, and same with the majors and sliding minors around. It's not the most satisfying answer, but it does require just literally doing. You can't always have the answer. You kind of have to find it and have your own eureka moments. So I suggest you look at this video, kind of learn the chord progression so you can do it one way without watching the video anymore. When you can get all the way through it without having to stop, um, then watch it again, and maybe add a different way to get to the C minor or the G7, or choose one. Maybe work on just that little chunk of maybe a couple of measures or up to 4 measures, one change, 2, 3 changes tops. Just sort of get a cadence remembered in 2 different ways, and then try to play the song in a couple of different ways. Just keep adding to it. Anyway, beautiful song. I'm going to do B flat next. Bye.